Good day. This presentation is about some corruption that took place in one of the municipalities in Limpopo province of South Africa. It's part of my assignment for one of the law modules I'm doing as part of my MBA. On this slide, you'll see my students' details. My name is Mudhoni Masinde. In the latest report by Auditor General's Office, it shows that the situation in the municipalities throughout the country is getting worse. Only 18 out of municipalities received clean audit. Starting off with some background information to this story. Let's look at the latest Auditor General's report regarding the municipalities in South Africa. The report was released on Wednesday, 26 June of 2019 in Pretoria. It contained audits of the financial year that ended in June of 2018. Clearly, there's a deterioration of corporate governance as shown in the following statistics. First, only 8% of municipalities received clean audits in comparison with the 14% that had the same the previous financial year. In terms of quality financial statements, again, it's a clear deterioration. This time around, only 51% of the municipalities produced quality financial statements. This can also be said in terms of the amount of money that was spent to pay consultants that were used to produce these statements. Fortunately, there was some good news. The amount of irregular expenditure went down. The previous year it was 27 billion and this year it's 21 billion, but even then this is a staggering figure to be wasted by this. Going by the latest stories coming from Durban, it looks like these municipalities are getting worse. For instance, the consequences of malpractices and mismanagement in Durban will take years to recover. And now let's look at this municipality that is the focus of this presentation. The municipality was formed after the merger of Modimolle and the Mukopong municipalities. This happened in 2016, just after the local government elections. It is located in Limpopo, and it's one of the municipalities with massive problems. It has continued to receive disclaimed, or what they call adverse audit opinions, and hand findings on their financial assessments that is not okay. They have consistently incurred unauthorized, irregular, and fruitless, as well as wasteful expenditures. Worse, it is also among the 37 municipalities which have been declared distressed or dysfunctional. Consequently, it was placed under administration on 30th of May of 2018. Here are the events that led to the deemed status of this municipality. Basically, it's been a litany of corrupt activities. Payments were made to companies without accompanying service level agreements, and in some cases were no invoices issued. From a forensic investigation that was done by Vudizi Forensic Services, and for which the initiator was the Democratic Alliance Party. They discovered that a total of 539 suspicious transactions had taken place in that municipality. Interestingly, one of the firms that was heavily involved in this was a legal firm by the name of Ligondi Attorneys. And one of the partners here is Tumi Mukwena, who was EFF leader Julius Malema's former lawyer. Part of their crimes, they earned over 9 million rand from this municipality over a period of 1 year. And this has been proven that most of the invoices presented were suspicious or fraudulent, so to say. And now here is a summary of the malpractices at the municipality. Top of the list was massive corruption that took place. Secondly, there were a number of criminal activities. Top of the list was criminal activities by the municipal manager himself, Oupa Sebola, who committed a crime by contravening Section 3 of the Prevention and Compacting of Corrupt Activities Act. Secondly, Ligondi Attorneys committed a crime related to fraud because they submitted fictitious invoices for payment. There was also very poor record keeping, and in this case, the culprit was Mr. Sebola himself. He failed to manage the financial administration of the municipality and therefore contravened Section 62 of the MAFAMA. There was also massive maladministration. The municipality continued to ignore compliance with the legislation, especially those issued by the Auditor General's Office. And now here are the aftermath of these malpractices. The first one is that the municipality became bankrupt. They didn't have money anymore, which meant that they could not deliver services to the citizens and they could not pay salaries. These two ensured or led to more and more protests. Lastly, they ended up in a debt crisis. They could not pay their debts. For example, they could not pay for ESCOM electricity. There's even a case where the vehicles that belong to the municipality were attached by some of the creditors or the mentioned on this slide was an interview with one of the residents of the municipality. As you can see, she captured it all. Sometimes they went without water, and it's obvious to the citizens of the municipality. This is from corruption and misappropriation of the funds. The following slides put these malpractices into the context of King 4 Code on corporate governance, starting off with the definition of corporate governance as defined on page 20 of the King 4 report, which is to exercise ethical and effective leadership by the governing body towards the achievement of ethical culture, good performance, effective control, and legitimacy. In relation to this municipality, we are looking at how the corporate governance was violated by both the Ligondi Attorneys as well as the principal manager of the municipality, Mr. Oupa Sebola. And now here are the sections of King 4 Code on corporate governance that were violated. On leadership, ethics, and corporate citizenship, Principle 1, Principle 2, and Principle 3 were violated. For instance, in Principle 1, the entire municipality's leadership failed the recommended practices on integrity, accountability, and transparency. Principle 2, many codes of conduct, ethics, policies are violated, as mentioned earlier. And in Principle 3, specifically on page 14, especially those relating to delivery of service to the citizens, the organization failed from being a responsible citizen. On the issues relating to strategy and performance, the litany of corruption in this municipality, the criminal as well as fraud activities by both the municipality and the law firm involved was definitely a misalignment with their core purpose, strategy, and business models that guides them. Thirdly, compliance governance from Principle 13. The municipality and the associates, that is the firms that were corrupt, failed most practices and therefore did not pass the ethical and good corporate citizen test. And this is the end of the presentation. Thank you very much.